if it was Green Bay.
Because you got Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
and you're not finna count him now. You're
Two
not finna
cold
count
weather
that dude
teams
out.
butting heads. It's always close.
But in a dome where
Well,
weather's
it's
not a
inside.
factor.
No, weather's not gonna be a factor.
Right, because it's going to be in
inside.
Houston. You're right. Okay. I think that's a good thing for both sides. I think that Green Bay going up against Pittsburgh in Houston, Texas, like it's going to be just like it's just going to be just like practice drills. You know what I mean? Like it's not even really going to be. They're not going to take it as serious. I feel like in fair weather, it's the Super Bowl, but if in fair weather, I think that they're going to probably have more fun with it. Now, if this was a cold weather game, a cold weather Super Bowl, I would see this being really like who's got the tighter defense.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, and
they're going to be inside. So
I think both. I think both.
With them being inside, it's going to be like Arena League football. 60
Right.
to 60.
I think both sides. Well, and then even getting off of just their ability in cold weather, I think both teams had like Ty Montgomery and then Le'Veon Bell. Like those two are going to go for as much yard. They both have their own technique. And you have to respect both. And I think that kind of scenario head up, like I really think there's a hidden joy that might kind of come out of watching the Super Bowl with something like that. I don't know if the round table agrees. Why not?
I don't feel like that'll be a good matchup because I feel like Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh defense gets blown out.
Green Bay doesn't. You just said they have a broken defense, and Pittsburgh never had defense,
but
right?
Pittsburgh hasn't been putting up a lot of points lately. They couldn't even score a touchdown in Kansas City. Like, I don't feel like Pittsburgh's offense can keep up with Aaron Rodgers. I think it would be a lopsided Super Bowl.
I'd really disagree with that. I could see that being the 42-37 game that you were talking about. We might one day get.
Now, Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, that's the 42-37.
That would be nice. Hey, I'm going to go with
that defense.
Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady.
That's
my
the best
God.
matchup right there.
Oh,
that defense, that New England defense, They've had all season. They've had now the postseason. They've built up. They have Van Noy from Detroit.
Well, they got that guy, the defensive tackle from Texas. They got a nice deep tackle from Texas. I can't think of his name.
My point is this. New England's defense is built.
No, it's not.
Okay, so tell me how they blew out the Houston Texans.
Because
you picked Houston to score 0 points. If the round table
they got blew out.
You said 0 points, and I said, do you think New England's defense is good enough to put 0 even with 0
They
points?
got blew out.
They let Brock Osweiler put up
34-16.
But it was not 34 at halftime to 16.
Oh,
it was
wins
not 34
and
at the end of the
losses.
third quarter. That game was close. They let
It
Brock
really
Osweiler
was.
do
Hey, it
more
was
than
close.
I expected
Yeah,
Brock
he was
Osweiler
throwing
to
the
do.
ball. Then they tightened down in that second half. They
You said
put-
0.
they-
I said, what, 6? How many did you think Brock Osweiler could put up against the Patriots defense?
I didn't think very many. I
don't
think very many.
But you know what's crazy?
I don't
You
think
could
very
double
many.
that, and that's what the Patriots scored.
Well, right, we expected that though.
They're supposed
Hey,
to.
exactly, that's what I'm
Expect
trying to
that
say.
defense To let Brock Osweiler score that many points, none of us did.
I know. I don't have any hatred towards Brock Osweiler. He's a Super Bowl quarterback.
You said 0.
He's
Super Bowl
young.
quarterback.
He's young. Let him
Man,
build.
but if he keeps
Let
throwing
him
the
build
ball-
his brand. He is.
You picked 0 points.
Sure.
for him to
And
put
you know
up.
what? You know what? I'll say this. Houston showed something. That defense, they showed me something. But I mean, I never lost. I told you this when Houston played Oakland. You don't think a Super Bowl quarterback can find some kind of niche? You don't think they can get better?
Well, then why did your score
He's
represent
26.
that opinion?
He's 20. He's my same age. You don't think he can get better and adapt?
Then why
But if
is
he
that the
keeps
number
throwing-
one
but
landing
he
spot for
number
Tony
one- He was
Romo?
supposed to be like the number one. Brock Osweiler, he was like the number one pick. And he's supposed to be on the same level, pretty much as like
Peyton
Dak
Manning.
Prescott
He was
or somebody.
offended when they
Even then.
went back to Peyton Manning. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You thought he was
supposed to be.
on that
He was
level.
supposed to be at a good level. Look at Dak Prescott coming out.
We're not
He
trying to
was the fourth
compare him
round,
to
but
Peyton
I'm-
Manning because Peyton Manning's
I'm
retired.
comparing him to Dak Prescott because he's. I'm comparing.
That's a rookie.
we shouldn't exactly. We shouldn't be comparing a rookie to anybody. I say Dak stays in his own lane.
But Dak is better than him as a rookie.
Right.
But you know what's interesting?
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? Brock Osweiler has more playoff wins than Dak Prescott now.
He has a better defense.
But you
like
know,
you
but
said, defense wins championships.
I don't want to go in circles because we're talking about offense. I was making a case for Brock Osweiler. I was saying that he's a young quarterback.
After they win,
he's a young Super Bowl quarterback.
16.
He's a young Super Bowl. Well, you're the one defending his 16 points.
I'm just saying that it's convenient after he puts up 16 points for you to say now he's a young, growing quarterback. But you said last week he will not put a point. He will not get his team even in scoring range of a field goal. He was doing really well in that game.
But you missed the big. I saw the game. You missed the big picture in that game.
That Patriots defense
he threw
isn't that
so
good.
many passes that went to gravity, not to a person, to gravity.
Man, to gravity. Oh my
and
God.
you want me to believe that he had a chance. You want me to believe that he had a chance at all just because he put 16 points up? I give him credit. I say, you know what? Shout out to the Facebook Live audience. Brock Osweiler had enough balls to get on the road and put 16 points up against a New England defense. Yes. And you know what's interesting? He still got blew out.
Okay, that's true.
Right.
But 16
but it
points.
wasn't enough.
You want to talk about how elite this Patriots defense looks, and to me, if they had done what you predicted,
Malcolm Butler's still playing on this defense.
But if they had done what you predicted and shut out Brock Osweiler like I kind of thought they might, and I thought maybe 36
but they
points,
did tighten down.
but they let him.
38-3, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I really thought like this Patriots defense is on another level, and this quarterback can't score against it. But they let him score.
They let him score.
So now I think that they are vulnerable against Ben Roethlisberger.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Go ahead.
But that says that they are vulnerable and have some weaknesses. Because if you can let a dude like Brock Osweiler score on you, then that's on you, and that just shows. I'm sorry.
Yes.
That just shows that if you
no respect for a Super Bowl quarterback.
Ben Roethlisberger
no respect
is a real
at
Super
all.
Bowl quarterback.
Oh,
that dude,
wins and losses. No respect for a Super Bowl quarterback.
Super Bowl.
You have no. He won them the division to get them into the. He even won them a playoff game
and
that put them on the road
to
where he could put the 16 points that did nothing for them up against New England.
If they had Peyton Manning last
you
night,
need to show this quarterback some respect.
No.
Show
The
Brock
Patriots
Osweiler some
defense,
respect.
I don't know if I can go as far as that because he should have proven himself as he's a first-round draft pick, and he should have been doing a lot better than what he is doing right now.
But hold on. Okay. So I'm gonna pull from that concept. Thank you, Ashton.
Okay.
You know what? Dak Prescott is a Super Bowl quarterback, and he should be playing like one. Why did we lose our only playoff game at home?
It wasn't on him.
Oh, bullshit.
You know it was not on him.
He threw a pick. I know you saw that highlight.
Aaron Rodgers threw a pick.
But you know what? Who won?
Whose coach left 35 seconds on the clock? Dak didn't
Wins
do that.
and losses.
Dak did not say, Coach, I want to clock it
man.
and leave him 35 seconds. Dak probably thought, let's drain this clock down and kick it at 0. That's
Wins
what I thought.
and losses.
But Dak is a rookie, and so he has to do what the
He
coach
has to
is
do what
telling.
his
Yeah, you got to do what the
coach
coach. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. They all have to do what their coach tells them. This is the point that I'm making.
But Brock
Brock
coach didn't tell
Osweiler-
Brock to miss DeAndre Hopkins and to never throw to him and only throw to Fedorowicz, whoever that is.
Yeah.
You got DeAndre
You're right,
Hopkins
a no name. You're right.
and Mike Evans or whoever on the other side, and you throwing to Fedorowicz. Like, really?
Who is this dude? Right out of nowhere, it's
Come
like,
on,
wow.
man.
It's like Kirk Cousins throwing to Jordan Reed. It's just
It's
like
over.
you got a guy that's always
Ain't
open.
over.
But I mean, it's not. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
He has a crush on his tight end. Kirk Cousins has one. Let's see who else
And
has
he's not
one.
in the playoffs either.
Tom Brady has a crush on his tight end.
Tight end
Well,
has a crush on anybody
Let's
that can
see.
catch the ball.
Russell
Man.
Wilson has a crush on his tight
No, he
end.
doesn't, because Jimmy Graham only had 24
Well, the only
yards in their
person you
loss.
can
Hey,
say-
I'm not
the
saying
only-
he didn't have any help. I'm saying that
No.
tight ends do their
Russell
job.
Wilson needs to have a crush on his tight end, and he doesn't.
The only person that I would say was like that was Tony Romo and
Jason
Witten
Yeah.
was like that. And that was his security blanket. At least Tony Romo said that on the air. Tony Romo said that that was more of his security blanket. So
here's the thing. I want to wrap a taste on this little quarterback pissing contest. The thing is this. I have to agree with you. You know what? Brock Osweiler didn't do anything that is worth giving him credit. Why I choose to give him credit is because when we compare him to my quarterback, Dak Prescott, he has a playoff win. So I say, well, wait a minute. What did he do right and what did Dak do wrong? Because clearly, the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl quarterback did something right if he was able to pull a playoff win.
No, he drew Oakland, who lost
at home. On top of that,
he drew Oakland, who didn't have a quarterback. They had to start a rookie. If Dak Prescott had to start against that dude, do you not think he would have blew him out?
He pulled a playoff win at home out of his ass. Brock Osweiler, this terrible Super Bowl quarterback.
Play against Aaron Rodgers? No.
Here's the thing, though. You can only play who's on your schedule. This is what you said.
Matchups. Seattle had a good draw. Seattle had an easy draw. They drew Detroit. Of course they're going to get a playoff win. They drew Detroit.
You can only play who's on your schedule, though. It's not their fault. It's not Detroit's fault that Seattle hit fourth place.
When they played a good team, you saw what happened.
But wins and losses. You're missing the point. It's not.
When Houston had to play a good team,
the fact is, Brock Osweiler has more playoff wins than Dak Prescott, and both of them had a playoff win, a playoff game at home.
He a rookie, though, so how can you... That's kind of like
but wait. This was your concept about 10 minutes ago. That wait a minute. That you hold Brock to a higher caliber because he was higher in the draft picks.
Right.
Well, I feel like Dak Prescott is a Super Bowl quarterback that should have 2 or 3 rings.
Aaron Rodgers is a Super Bowl quarterback.
Yeah, but look where he is.
He had to go against a Super Bowl quarterback. Brock went against.
You can only play who's on your schedule. You can only play who's on your schedule. We earned the number 1 seed.
No.
We should have been able to beat who was on our schedule.
No, that's not it. Brock Osweiler loses to Aaron Rodgers, and so does freaking Russell Wilson, and they lost once they had
we can only direct it at who they played.
Right.
I see the first. I see 2 playoff games.
Aaron Rodgers is the best.
2 playoff games with the Houston Texans. I see them 1-1 in the playoffs. I see the Dallas Cowboys 1 playoff game at home. They lost 0-1.
Yes.
1-1 to 0-1.
No.
The stats tell me that something doesn't add up.
Tell you that
something tells me that
easy.
We missed something that the Houston Texans clearly did not.
Oakland.
That's fine. You can call it what you want. We'll never know. The point that I'm getting to.
We should have got to play Oakland.
The point that I'm getting to is this: we now got 4 NFL teams left. We've got the people who defeated us, the Green Bay Packers. Their broken offense, their stumbling defense. And then we have the Atlanta Falcons that are on the rise. They look sharp. That are just on the rise.
They look sharp.
We have the New England Patriots that I feel like their offense. I feel like their offense is more suspect than their defense. I will give more credit to their defense in winning them the 34-16 game against another Super Bowl quarterback, Brock Osweiler.
No, he did not play.
And I will then say that New England has what it takes if that defense just keeps it together.
That defense is.
And then Pittsburgh. I don't know we didn't get to see the game. That's not fair to any of us.
Yeah, no, it's.
Shout out to our fans they got to see that are Kansas City fans and Pittsburgh fans at the round table. We didn't get to see that game.
Right,
I personally, I was rooting for Kansas City. I believed it was going to be a 28-14. Kansas City was going to take they may have if they got a chance to play at the correct time. But the thing is this, if they were only able to put up 16 points, no, they're not worthy of Super Bowl talk. I was wrong. Shout out to everybody who picked Kansas City.
Kansas City didn't even they put up 16, yeah.
I wish I could have watched
Super Bowl.
Pittsburgh.
You need to put up more
18.
than 16 points.
You need to put up more than 18 if you think you're going to beat Tom Brady next week.
Oh, I'm rooting for the New England Patriots. Their defense, I saw their defense play. Against Houston, yes, I get it.
And everybody on their defense is healthy with the Patriots.
But you know what? I say bring it on Sunday. I want to see New England's defense take on Ben Roethlisberger. I think that...
A hurt Ben Roethlisberger.
Even better. I personally think that that's something that's worth watching. I see this as The conference championship of Pittsburgh versus New England could be the 27-20 game that we've been waiting for, but it could also be a shootout of 34-31 again. Who knows?
Right. Wow.
I think it depends on
and
the
I like
weather.
shootouts. You know, I don't like blowouts because it gets boring. But shootouts,
But
and
I
close
think
games,
both.
it keeps you on the edge of your seat. Those shootouts and close games.
I think
so.
the defense of New England is going to keep this as a low scoring game. That I don't see Ben Roethlisberger putting up 18 points on this team.
The thing that's gonna wear on the New England defense is Le'Veon Bell. See, that's the difference.
Le'Veon Bell,
Pittsburgh has been doing this all season. They don't just throw you 40-something points up there. It's Le'Veon Bell grinding away at you, and before you know it, at the end of the game, he got 170 yards
because
combined.
he's patient. Because that dude is patient. It's like if there's a gap right here, he'll wait until this gap opens up and he'll go around. I mean, the dude is very, very patient.
I think that it's going to be low
really
scoring because of that, because of the way Le'Veon Bell runs and the way Pittsburgh relies on him.
And that's all Pittsburgh needs is Bell
to keep
to
the
do his
score.
job.
They have a
run
running
the ball
game,
and
so.
slow it down.
Yeah, and Antonio Bryant coming up big on the outside.
Why do you keep saying Antonio Brown?
Brown. I'm sorry. The Cowboys used to have an Antonio Bryant. So
Anyway, the Cowboys are out. So Pittsburgh up against up against the New England Patriots. I picked that. We've already made our conference champ picks, but I'm still going to say it. I see the New England Patriots. They're going to win the game in the fourth quarter, but they're still going to win the game.
Wow!
And they're still going to be the conference champion. They're still going to take on Atlanta. I like Atlanta.
Atlanta they look good, man. But with Brady, and they have a coach that's like no other. You cannot mess up against them because the Patriots are like a machine. And then you have a good coach on top of having a quarterback that's like a coach out there. He might not be the fastest runner, the biggest, the strongest, but Tom Brady, he is no joke. But wow, it's gonna be a good game. Be a really good game.
Well, and then I just want to go back to Atlanta, the Atlanta Falcons. They actually, should we really be comparing Matt Ryan to Aaron Rodgers? One has a ring and one doesn't.
Yeah, we should be comparing them. I mean, it doesn't matter about the past. I'm looking at this playoff run.
See what's gonna happen. It's gonna be fun.
I actually thought that what they did against Seattle, a team that's tried and true, as you say, that goes to the playoff every year, that gets to the Super Bowl, and what they were able to do against a tried and true team, I feel like now they are battle ready for the great Aaron Rodgers. Now I feel like it could still be a field goal missed or not made that ends up deciding
either
the game.
team the game. You cannot.
Well, what
you
about
gotta
the fact?
put points on the board?
What about Julio Jones potentially getting taken out? Like how
He's
much?
already hampered. So
Didn't
I
they
feel
say
like,
he didn't make practice or something?
right, I
today or
feel like
something?
he was already battling an injury. He also battled it at the end of that Seattle game. I honestly think it's going to be about the other receivers and about those two running backs that you don't know which one they're going to throw it out of the backfield or give it to Freeman or, you got, Gabriel doing the real, I mean, he's a game changer.
Man.
So
Wow.
if they can come up with the right game plan with the running game too, Green Bay's defense is suspect. They can have Julio, or if it's Julio or Sanu or Gabriel, they gonna have that all day because there's nobody in the back of that Green Bay defense to stop them.
Wow.
And I personally, I just never saw
But they
it
have a lot of
even.
injuries, though. Green Bay.
Yeah, I
Green
never
Bay
really
is
saw it.
shaky. They have a lot of injuries.
They have a
right
lot
now.
of injuries.
And
I never saw. All they have is their linebackers, Clinton Dix,
Yeah.
and then of course Clay Matthews and Peppers. That's it. That's their defense. I think their defensive line is getting a little more aggressive. I respect that.
But on the back end,
But you
it's
gotta
just
have
wide
people that can
open.
cover on the corners because if you have a quarterback that can throw to the boundary, you have to have corners that can cover from boundary to boundary, however whatever zones they run. And if you have rookies, they might make mistakes or whatever. This is the playoffs and it's different, and you can't make mistakes. You cannot do that. You can't.
All right, so let's go ahead and ground it. Super Bowl pick. Mine is going to be Atlanta versus New England. I pick Atlanta winning 31-24.
Okay, so I could go Green Bay versus the Patriots. That could be a good one. New England over Green Bay, 36-21. That sounds like a close game.
New England 32 versus Atlanta's 30 in the Super Bowl.
Well, shout out to our Round Table fans. You've heard our Super Bowl picks. This is Round Table. We'll be right back.